Mr. Chairman, thank you. I would ask unanimous consent to enter into the record these bipartisan reports on climate change, which speak to the reality and the risk that exists.
Without objection, Mr. Ranking Member. Thank you.
Thank you. FEMA has increased its staffing since 2017. However, even with the increase in staffing, FEMA still has some 6,000 people short of its staffing goal of 17,670, which FEMA hopes to achieve by 2026. Can you speak to how FEMA plans to increase hiring and retention to meet the staffing goals, and how you work with FEMA to make it more desirable that people will want to come and work for the agency?
Ranking Member Carter, our staff are amazing. We are responding to disasters year-round in a way that we haven't before, and we are asking a lot of them. We are really focused on what we can do first to retain the workforce that we have, and that includes rolling out new ways to help them map a career progression so they can see where they can go and how they can continue to advance. Updating our National Response Coordination Center so it has more utility for them so they have the resources and the tools to do their jobs better. Doing exit interviews, but also stay interviews to understand why people are actually staying at the agency so we can implement those measures and help make an environment that people want to stay and continue to work at FEMA. I think those are some of the key areas that are really going to make a difference. As we continue to recruit, we took a hard look recently at the shape of our organization and where we can perhaps change our shape so we can get more entry-level personnel into our agency and grow them through the emergency management enterprise. And I think that will also make a big difference. But again, the majority of those vacancies really lie within our reservist workforce, and using the CREW Act as a way to have a recruitment tool to go out and get specialized individuals that just want to come out and work for a couple of weeks or a month. I think this is going to be a really powerful tool for us to increase the numbers that we have specialized in certain areas that can go into communities and help those communities as they start their road to recovery.
Let me add to the chorus of appreciation from the members that's been expressed today for the great work that the men and women of FEMA does. We know that it's far better than it used to be. We know that there's a lot of work yet to be done, but we should always pause and recognize progress. So I want to publicly thank you and your team for the yeoman's effort and the incredible task that you have at hand as we continue to make it better, more accessible, easier for people to utilize, and have boots on the ground in advance of, during, and after the storm to make sure all those needs are addressed. Finally, contracting questions. FEMA has faced a long-standing contracting challenges for disaster response goods and services. Small and minority-owned businesses have the capabilities in almost every disaster to rebuild their communities, but they're consistently left out of the conversation or considered as a last resort, at least. By the time the tier system works down from the top tier prime to the lowest tier actual worker, there's very little opportunity that's left on the bone. How are you ensuring that minority-owned businesses and other disadvantaged businesses are getting a fair shake at being a part of the rebuild with the skill sets that they have in their own communities? It's painful to watch trucks drive away with surrounding license plates, knowing that in the very community that's been impacted, resources are there to provide services.
I really appreciate that question, and I think that there is a lot of area for growth for FEMA in this respect. You know, one of the conversations that we've had are about creating more industry days to help more minority-owned institutions, minority-owned businesses come in and understand, you know, what the requirements are going to be and how to work through the process. You have my commitment to continue to find ways and strategize with you on ways we can bring those types of organizations, these small businesses in, really the heartbeat of America, to help us accomplish our mission.
Administrator Criswell, we do in LAO2, in my district in Louisiana, we do a series of what we call curbside pop-ups, where we take government to the people throughout my entire state, throughout my entire district, to demonstrate that government can come to the people, that government can be a part of the solution and not sitting in an ivory tower somewhere far away. I would love to partner with FEMA to doing business with FEMA, for small business to figure out how to access resources, how to become a vendor or supplier of goods or services to the agency. And equally as important is to have job fairs. I know in Louisiana, there are a lot of people that would like a good federal job. And if there are openings, we'd love to figure out how we can help you vet to bring more quality people into the workforce. And my time has expired, so I will yield back.
The gentleman's time's expired, and now recognize Mr. Lilloda from New York for 5 minutes.